And so I'll talk about EV for sure, because EV is a huge movement, and you can't watch, Bloomberg or CNBC for 10 minutes without them referencing EV or green energy. EV is the pivot from combustion engines to batteries under the hood. Although many of them don't end up being under the hood, they end up being underneath the seats. But the pivot away from dependence on combustion engines and cars that have 1,000 different working parts and energy sources to the simplicity of an electric vehicle and the manufacturing processes that go with it. The reason why, sometimes we talk about the no's is because you'd have to say that the world is going to abandon all green energy to say that the world is not going to have a higher demand tomorrow for lithium, nickel, copper, and cobalt than it does today. And the reason for that is whether it's hydro, whether it's wind, whether it's solar, any intermittent supplies of energy have to be paired with a battery. So what do I mean by that? If you find oil in your backyard, you can light that oil and arguably create energy from that oil almost immediately. That's being a little artistic license, but almost immediately. Intermittent supplies of energy it's not always blowing wind. The water's not always going downwind, downstream, and the sun isn't always shining. And so if you're dependent on intermittent supplies of energy, you need to pair that supply of energy with battery technology to harvest the energy in times of wind blow and deploy the energy when the wind isn't blowing. And so all green energy depends on battery energy storage systems for harnessing and deploying.